page slide thing.
Jesus.
Cool.
Wait.
Yeah, so it's super in depth. So can you see my screen?
No.
Oh wait, I just realized I didn't share it yet. I've done this so many times. Oh yeah, it took too long. Allow. Cool. Can you see it now? Fucking fly. Cool. All right. So vision paradox training. Thanks for hopping on. Patricia's gonna be on soon. So this is what I'm teaching you guys today. So this is, for the most part, this is what most people do. Actually, I just realized I should present this proper. So, um, before you guys go, what the fuck? This is what we're going to be covering. We're going to be covering the steps in how we do marketing vision paradox, the review of the buyer persona, because we covered that in our last training. Uh, Facebook ads funnel overview, which is what you just saw, Facebook pixels, the different types of audiences, reviewing the data, and split testing. So this is a lot of stuff we're going to cover, which is why I'm saying this might be even a two-parter. Let me just like show you guys real quick. This is like this. So it's a lot, but I want to get to the point where, let me just get this over here. Okay, where I'm not the only one in the team that does it, and at the same time I think this is super valuable knowledge to know. I think it's super important for people to know enough certain things within their industry to be deadly, but they don't have to be experts at it. Okay, so first thing is the steps in vision paradox marketing, how we kind of approach it, because I never really clearly share it. So the first step is always to know what you want to achieve, because that helps dictate the actions. The second is knowing your audience. If we don't know who we're trying to reach, Laker dad who's a Laker fan between the ages of 44 to 45 is different from a Laker fan who's between the ages of 18 to 24. Okay, we need to know who our audience is based off what we want to achieve, and then know where the attention is. The main thing that we're getting a lot from our clients is we want to be on Instagram. Like, but are they even there? Maybe we need to be on LinkedIn. Maybe we should focus on Facebook, because Facebook is aging even as time passes, meaning it's becoming really literally an old place to be at. So then we create the content according to the audience, the data, and a lot of that. That way, it's tailored to them. Write the message, which is the copywriting. Distribute it and automate it, which means we distribute it on. We pretty much automate it on the different platforms that we schedule it on. And then seventh is advertising, which is not what a lot of people go through first. But I think this is the first three are the most important that help dictate steps 4 through 7. So a quick review in buyer personas. I think just to really touch up on this uh, for the replay people who are going to watch this. So buyer personas give you a deeper understanding of your customer and their challenges. This will help dictate your copy, creative, and overall messaging. So we built the buyer personas in several ways. The first step is your initial knowledge base, common patterns you see, and common questions you get, like how Sherlock is kind of observing John here. I don't know if you guys watched that show, but good shit. So next is available analytics. There's a tool called Facebook Audience Insights. This gives you an idea of exactly an initial idea of what people will like. So if damn, I'm so tempted to do a demo on this, but I'm gonna try to keep it short. If you go into Facebook Audience Insights, you Google it and you put in any of the info here, it'll literally show you the 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 most dominating age, their relationship status, their education level, what types of jobs they normally have, and this helps get your buyer persona started. Okay, the next step is keyword research. So this helps with the copy and knowing exactly what you're looking for, especially with the captions in Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, especially and that'll help just with ranking. Next is surveys. I think this is probably, if it was one of the four, I would definitely focus on surveys, because you get the most bang for your buck in terms of, hey Patricia, you're fired. So I'm just kidding. Um, you get the most bang for your buck with this. So one of the benefits of this is that you can use everything they're saying in the copy. You can, and then if you survey, like say 30 to 50 people, you start noticing patterns. So when you because we have these initial assumptions. Step one is based off your initial assumptions, off what you know. But when you survey things, you're actually going straight to the horse's mouth and getting the data from there, and then you kind of adjust. You either confirms what your assumption is, or it completely debunks it because they're actually looking for something else. So this is why I think if it was to be one of this, I would say survey. It's like it's the least sexiest, but more often than not, the least sexiest is the most effective way. Okay, so you want them to feel like to say that you're reading your mind. And I've gotten a lot of calls like this recently with with social media. The most common thing they say is like, I don't have time for this. It takes too much time. It's become a distraction from my business. So you wanna know their problem better than they do. Okay, so this is just some really, you want it to get enough data to help you build a profile. This is just some fun stuff I found from Google because I accidentally deleted the other slides for vision paradoxes, buyer personas. But question so far? Cool, good. So
Sorry, can you go back to that one slide that had the numbers?
this one,
Yeah, okay, surveys. I missed that one. And what's this to the right?
this
When
one,
all your
this
friends
is a
are
meme.
talking. I thought I've seen that picture of that guy on Reddit.
It's one of the popular meme formats. I can't really use like the Willy Wonka meme anymore because that format's dead. I'm trying to stay relevant with my memes. So, so
It's the stock photography guy. There, the grandpa, right?
I don't know who that is. I just found this meme was. I thought this meme was perfect
Yeah,
considering.
it's a stock photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? You don't even know the origin.
For me?
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
No, I don't. So,
Next
okay. So, any other questions?
Take the video.
Yeah, I have a question.
What's up?
Will these slides be available for download, or are we paying $100 a month for access to your Vision Paradox?
You're gonna pay $9.97 a month for my mastermind. No,
For
we're
your
not.
master training, master paradox
No,
training.
I was I formatted my slides to be, not have animation, so that way you can see each step. So I was thinking of giving it to you guys. I don't know if you guys wanted it. That's the thing. So I'm currently filming this, and I'll give you guys the slides.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you.
The best.
I do have a question.
What's up?
So are you also gonna cover like lookalike
Yes.
audiences?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So we're gonna get into that actually. So how this all relates to Facebook ads is this, and that's all you need to know. Okay, that's it for training. No. Okay.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
So the the more detailed your buyer persona is, the more you can tailor the experience that's relative to the user. Because the biggest problem a lot of people do is they use a one size fits all method. Here's one commercial, general commercial for everyone, and it's not going to hit home for everyone. If it's more tailored to, say, a single mom who lives in the suburbs in between the ages of, I don't know, 31 to 44, and she's African American, and you create a message like that to, I don't know, how a black woman with her daughter playing in the park, whatever you're trying to sell, it'll hit home to her because then she relates to it. So it kind of goes back to the whole idea of like that's big right now is like the representation in Hollywood. Same thing with the ads. So without it, you're just guessing. So again, like I said, it's gonna help you with the creative, the copy, and with the interest. So let's get into audiences. So there's three types of audiences: target audiences, custom audiences, and lookalike audiences. Okay, the target audiences are based off your buyer persona's interests, demographics, and locations. So again, like a single dad, Caucasian, lives in Pasadena, you can target within 10 miles of it, or college kids who look happy but they're going to be broke soon. So you can target them like within their last year of college. I don't know if you can target. Actually, I don't think you can target that anymore. Damn it. But that scandal. Anyways, but you can target people who are in college depending on that. So it's really just based off interests. So demo time. So that's one of the things I'm trying to do. I want to demo as much as I can about this, so you see what I'm talking about. So this is probably one of the more straightforward ads. Does everyone here know how to create basic target audiences? Yes? Or then I can just skip this. Let me just look at everyone's face. No? Okay, Patricia, you did this.
I've done it a couple of times before.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
I don't know what's different now, but
I'm just gonna run through it
Been a while.
quickly then. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna make these demos as quick as possible. Okay, so most of the time, well, it depends on what you want to do. Again, what the goal is. So if I'm just gonna get a basic brand awareness ad, I do an engagement post or video views if I'm trying to get more views, audience. So I'm just gonna go based off age.
Hey, Em, quick question.
What's up?
So you chose, I guess, what was the thing? You chose engagement. So engagement is a good way to get video views, the thing that you had chosen for this?
Yeah, there you go. So thank you for bringing that up because I'm not, one of the things I'm not covering right now is objective, but I'll do an overview. So engagement, I generally do that for general brand awareness ads. So like if I want the likes and comments and all that stuff for people to engage with the post. An engagement ad would be really good somewhere down the funnel if you're trying to do, if you have a lead ad, because the lead ads are focused on conversions most of the time. It doesn't really generate, engagement. So sometimes what I do is I run that same ad with two different objectives, one for conversions and one for engagement, because to leverage the herding effect. So that because it's going to be hard for people to convert if they see the ad that has like 1 or 2 likes.
Totally.
So,
okay, cool. Thank you.
And then I do video views if I'm trying, like, because most ads now are videos. So I want, and this is way cheaper. So I can get this to, let's say 100,000 people, and then probably have a better chance of getting 25% viewing of it. So and traffic pretty much focusing on getting link clicks to the website, and lead generation. This is more native lead capturing, so it doesn't take you to a landing page. It just takes you to a Facebook version of a landing page. So and then this is where it gets a little heavy and more expensive. Conversions, I haven't even used these yet, so this is new to me. So this is when I was doing more of this, is mainly this. So this is changing fast. So going to engagement, continue. So just going based off, say, a target persona. So 25. I'm just gonna go towards my demo of men. Okay, boom. I think it's pretty straightforward. Okay, Pasadena. Boom. One thing to look out for is this, when you say include, this includes travelers, so you can, or not include. There was an option here before. I guess they took it out. Before it used to be you can include people that was traveling here, or you can target people who are only traveling. Yeah, or people who lived here, but that's gone now. So let's go. I'm gonna go within 10 miles. 10 miles is fine. Okay, 24, all genders. I'm gonna go men. Pretty straightforward, right? And you just put all the interests. This is where the buyer persona stuff really comes into account. So I would say I'm gonna trying to target dads who like the Lakers, who like LeBron James, and this is where I can like, and because I have all this info, or Nike, then I can considering all this info, I would then tailor my creative according to that. Does that make sense? Easy stuff so far, right? I'm not seeing any. I don't see your faces right now. It's just my screen, so let me know.
Good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm good.
Cool. Next up, let's hop back on to the screen. So custom audiences. What happened to you? There you go. Okay, type of audience made up of your existing contacts, such as your email list or those of you who engage with your content. So say those we run an ad, like I said before, with 100,000 people targeting as much people as you want within the city of Los Angeles, and 100,000 people view that video. The custom audience would be focusing on, we can focus that on people who watch 25% of it, 50% of it, or 75% of it, or even as much as 3 seconds or 5 seconds, or people who, if you're trying to get people onto your website, okay, or a blog post. So you get 1,000 impressions of it, but 300 people actually go onto your website. You can create a custom audience based off those people who actually went to your blog. Okay, quick demo time. How to create a custom audience. I did this so I can remember it. I'm doing a demo. So for that, in the ads manager, you pretty much, you go to audiences. Yeah, leave it. Leave. Okay, I'm gonna go to this account. I have a lot of custom audiences that I haven't deleted, so this library is an S show. So okay, so all you would have to do is create an audience, custom audience. Okay, and I'm just gonna base this off like the past. You can the sources have changed a lot, so you can go based off your Facebook page or your business profile or your video. So I'm gonna go based off video. Okay, we can focus on 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 25%. I generally go with 25% because
This is tight.
so the lower because the higher I go, the smaller I get, and because this is a general brand awareness ad, I want people to have committed a little bit more. This is why, what do you call? Because if it's a brand awareness ad, most people are not gonna watch 90% of it. So, and because in general, I think according to a Salesforce article I read, you need to have at least 6 to 8 touch points with the end consumer, and most people assume with a cold audience, off one ad they're going to convert. It's not that's not how it works. So and then from here, once you've decided how much of your video you want people to watch, oh my gosh, God, that's old. I'm gonna go to my Facebook page, wherever it is. There it is. And then I can pretty much select any of the videos that people have watched. So no, and then I'm just gonna confirm, and then content type. That's fine. In the past, if you're trying to target people who recently viewed your stuff, target within the past 7 days because they're a little bit warmer. 14 days is pushing it. Okay, and then I'm just gonna just name it test custom custom dick. Cool. Cool, and then from there, boom, and then what that's gonna do is populate it. So this is from the Vision Paradox Instagram. Anyone who's engaged, and it tells you the size of the audience. I have 22,000 people who's recently engaged with our stuff. Cool, and then the test one. Right now it's populating, so I'm gonna let that populate in for a little bit. So that's how you create a custom audience. So custom audience is useful for retargeting ads, and we'll be talking about retargeting ads a little further down the line. Questions so far on this?
You can create a lookalike audience from a custom audience. You can do that, right?
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm going to cover that too right here. So lookalike audiences are a group of people who are similar to your existing customers. So if you have an email list, you can create a lookalike audience of the same based off that data, and Facebook essentially just tries to pinpoint and match it. So, and we'll do that right now actually.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, good.
Like, what do you mean email list?
Oh, okay. So you can demo time. Okay, so you can from here create a lookalike audience. Say you have an email list, so you can select your source. You can go here or where is it? There's an option. Should be an option to upload. Oh, sorry. In order for that to happen, you have to create a custom audience based off your email list. Okay, so customer file, import from MailChimp, or I think there should be an option. This has changed a lot. So let's see. I guess here. That does include lifetime value, and you upload the CSV. So if you have the stuff from your MailChimp, you can just upload it here, and then it'll create a custom audience off that.
So does Facebook, what does it do with the data, with the information? I mean, that's just an email list.
Yeah, so what that does is it tries to, based off, what it does is it looks for those emails that exist in Facebook if they have profiles on Facebook, and what they do based off those people, they try to look for people who have similar interests, similar affinities, and then they build a lookalike audience based off that.
Oh, okay.
So
That's sneaky.
so where's one? There's a lot here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go based off this one, the custom one. So once hypothetically, say this is an email list we just uploaded. Okay, it's a custom audience. What we would just do is create a lookalike audience based off what's no other source. The sources should be here actually. Oh no, this is other source. Okay. Oh, probably because I test. There we go. Boom. And then location. I think it's only based off the countries right now. So United States. And then audience size. You can expand it, but it becomes more like less defined. Like this is more like find the 1% of who is the absolute like best of the best, who's gonna match these guys, and then and it creates a whole audience out of that, and then you can target that with your brand awareness ads, which I'll explain a little bit more once we go into the ad funnels. So then that's creating, and then I'll let that populate. So any questions so far in regards to creating lookalike audiences? No? Cool. Good. So now going on to Facebook ad funnels.
Yeah.
So single most important thing when you're doing Facebook ad funnels is knowing exactly what you guys want to happen, because it's going to help you determine if you need to just do an awareness campaign, awareness to lead campaign, or a full-on sales ad funnel. And the problem is most people think that they need this. Like this will create will create this. It doesn't work like that. If it's 2013, it probably might have worked, but not anymore. So what we're going to focus on is awareness. So brand awareness ads, value giving, ads with no intention of sales or conversions. Why use these ads? Read the title of the page. So how to do this is promote your highest performing organic post within a week or a month. Promote 2 or 3 blog posts, targeting all towards your RFT, which I'm going to explain in a sec, which is called rapid fire target audience. So who to target? Your target audience based off your buyer persona and your lookalike audience. Okay, so basic brand awareness ads level. This is what I taught everyone on VP how to do. Like, here's a target audience, here's an ad. Boom. Okay, brand awareness ads level 2. Test multiple buyer personas to see which is the most active. So in regards to videos, okay, say we're trying to promote, I don't know, friggin' basketball camp. I don't know, just for an example. You would target these guys, or I don't know why I would put college students here, but they might be parents. So we would do the first time you see split testing, okay, you would see which of these audiences would perform better, and that we talk about reviewing the data way down, a little further down in the presentation. So you would essentially see who has the highest click-through rating, who has the highest engagement. So, and then you essentially eliminate, process of elimination, say this one worked or this one won, and then you would create a lookalike audience based off their engagement, and then you would create a custom audience. So it's getting a little bit more technical. So same with this one, test multiple buyer personas to see which is the most active. You can send these guys to different blog posts or one, and then the next step would be creating a custom audience to retarget them for the next step. And then based off that custom audience, you create a lookalike audience to then take them back to the beginning. You guys starting to see the pattern here? A little bit?
Yeah.
Cool. So every custom audience can become a lookalike audience. So since we're talking about blog posts, we're going to quickly talk about Facebook Pixels, which is essentially a piece of code that tracks your websites, tracks visitors to your websites, almost like the bouncer who has the clicky thing whenever a person leaves and keeps track of them. So why use these ads? To remarket any visitors who've come to your website. How to do this: install the Facebook code into the header of your website, or get a developer to do this. So where to find the Facebook page? Oh, thank you, Emeroy, for having my back. So what you do to get that is when in your ads manager, you go to here to pixels. I wonder if I can create a new pixel. If you don't have a new pixel, you can create one. But so you can set up a pixel here. I'm not going to do that. And where is it? I just found you today. Oh, there you go. You click on your ad and then go to setup, install pixel. And from there, you can manually install it yourself. This is new. I just discovered this yesterday. You can actually, if you're on WordPress and all that stuff, or Wix, you can automatically add a third-party app to it, or you can email it to your developer. Okay, and that's where you pretty much would get it. Question from someone?
I have a question.
Yo.
Does the Pixel only work with like just business accounts, right? Not personal accounts?
What do you mean, like Facebook ad, like Facebook business pages? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it only exists for Facebook business pages.
the Pixel part. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, you also brought up a good point. Like I noticed some people do their marketing on the personal Facebook page, a personal Facebook profile. That's cool because they get a lot of engagement. But the thing is, you don't have access to any of the marketing tools that it has. You can't remarket to anyone who's engaged with your posts. You can't, or anyone who's watched your live. So that's why I find as cool as that works for them. You know, in terms of the Facebook advertising tools, you have a lot more with the Facebook business page. So, and you install that same code in the header. This is where it gets a little techie, between the head and then right here. Cool. And then another tool that will help to make sure that it works is if you have Chrome, you add something called the Facebook Pixel Helper, which will show you right here as an extension to say that it's working or not. Cool. So, no demo. Question time. Questions? No? Cool.
No.
I have a previous question. This is probably a couple slides back, but I didn't know that you can import like your
Email list?
your email list from MailChimp. Is that new, or is that?
It's been around since 2013, as far as I know.
What's the best? How do you access that? What did you do to access? Because I actually didn't know that. That's really cool. I don't know.
So from here, yeah. So I'm glad you're asking that. Because I know I'm glazing through a lot of these demos, because I'm for the sake of time.
Yeah, no worries.
So you go back to your audience library or audience section. Okay, not this. Make sure you're on your proper ad account. I have a lot of ad accounts, so you're gonna see me switching through a lot of stuff. Okay, so once you're in the audience section, you want to import it. You want to create audience, custom audience. Okay, and then you want to do customer file, and then you can do a direct import from MailChimp, or if you're using something like, I don't know, MailerLite or Aweber, okay, you can do something that doesn't have a lifetime value, excuse me, that doesn't track lifetime value, and then just upload it, and then it'll match it to as best as it can.
Sweet, awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. So, cool. Any other questions?
No.
Cool. Next up, let's go to authority ads. So this is where we start introducing retargeting ads. So ads targeted at people who previously interacted with you. Why use these ads is have them move towards the next step of the funnel, or have them come back to the landing page in case they bounced. How to create them: create a custom audience in relation to where the audience is. I showed you guys that already, and advertise creative for them to come back, targeting this custom audience and excluding others, not others. So retargeting ads. So just going into this, that's your rapid fire target audience, different types of people. Okay. Boom. So I kind of skipped something here when I was creating this. So you have the lead ad, takes them to the landing page. You can create a custom audience based off people who opted in. You create another custom audience for the next step. If they don't opt in, you create another custom audience to retarget them back to the page. And you add that. One thing I didn't add on here is the thank you page. You add another. You add another. That's where you do. Oh, that's what I didn't put. So you add another. You create a custom pixel, create a custom audience based off that thank you page to get this custom audience. So this is where it's getting very, very, very technical. But conceptually, is this making sense so far?
Yes.
Cool. So the reason why you want to have a separate custom audience based off the people who will land on the thank you page is that's where you would get this. If they don't land on the thank you page, that means the Facebook pixel doesn't pick it up, and then you can exclude that when you're creating your ad. So for example, I'm just going to do another quick one right here. Hopefully it lets me pick up to where I left off. Create. Continue. Okay. Or not. Start from the beginning. Is this super helpful so far, guys?
Yes. Or I'm catching. Yeah.
Yes,
I like
thank you, Emeroy.
So, all right, now that we're here, this is where we can start using the custom audiences. So we don't even need to use interest anymore. So you technically can. So say anyone who, say, custom dick. Okay, that's the audience that landed on the thank you page. Cool. Now we can exclude people who didn't land on it. So we can add, say, this one, latest video you watched. Just an example. So this one would be anyone who landed on the thank you page if it was named properly, and we could exclude anyone who, this would be targeted to people who said no. So because we want to remarket to them, and this would exclude anyone who landed on the thank you page. That way they don't see the ad, because they would be confusing, like, wait, I just signed up for this. Why am I seeing this ad? Am I making sense here?
Yes.
Cool. Just checking in, because I want to make sure that this is all making sense. So yeah, that's pretty much it for retargeting ads. We're talking about authority ads right now. Yeah, authority ads are value-giving ads demonstrating knowledge of your craft and ability to build authority that target the custom audience. Man, I should have had Maxine look through this. So why use these ads? Further build trust and trust and authority towards people who've previously seen your ad. So this is essentially touch point number 2 or 3, depending on how many times they've seen the previous ad. How to do this: create content demonstrating authority, a keynote, tutorial, focus the ad objective on things such as views, link clicks, and page post engagements. Target towards people who previously interacted with you on the previous content, essentially from this we'll move on to the authority ad. So this is what it looks like over the overview, and as an example from some of my ads. So this is a brand awareness ad of me dancing. Create retarget custom audience. Here's an authority ad of me answering a question, or it could be a tutorial. And then at the 25%, since this is a video, I would do a video view objective ad, and of that 25%, I would create this custom audience. No, I didn't say demo. Question time. I copied a lot. So, questions so far? No? So, do you guys think you guys would know how to create these ads? Or you want me to?
Very slowly, but yeah.
Okay, so this one would first be based off your interest or your lookalike audience. So going back here, so this would just be basically doing all the interests again, like what we were doing earlier. Okay, and then this step would be focused on. I'm like all over the place right now. There you go. Would be focused on that custom audience of anyone who looked at the ad. Cool. So it's essentially rinse and repeat for a lot of it, and making sure that you're excluding people that you don't want to see it. Like, say you're running an ad that on a 25% deal, and you don't want your email list to see it. Make sure you put them on the exclude list. Cool. So moving on to next part is the lead ads. Oh, we're pretty good on time right now. I'm feeling good. Okay. So, lead ads. So you're gonna notice that the lead ads and sales kind of process is the same, and you see here at this point wherever there's a custom audience, there's always a lookalike audience going back to the beginning. So it's kind of going in, getting their journey started to become a consumer, and then using that same data to get new people to fall into the same funnel. Cool. So whatever that.
And that's done like once you set it up, it just does that, or
Yeah.
something you have to set up every time.
Yeah. What I would suggest first is like you do things bit by bit. So a really good awareness and authority ad, then a lead ad, and pretty much you would just replace ads, update it here and there. Unless like Facebook completely changes everything, but yeah, it's really just a cycle through everything. So.
Cool.
Any other questions? No? Cool.
Sorry.
Yes.
So the way you have it broken down right now, from awareness to sales, so that's kind of like going through a funnel, but you have different campaigns for each stage. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Yeah, that makes sense.
so, and then in terms of authority, you can have the example shows one, but you can have multiple. Sometimes people do like, here's a keynote, here's a blog post. You can do several levels of authority ads, because and we're humans. Sometimes it takes time for us to build comfort or trust towards some people. But yeah, it doesn't have to. The authority to lead ad can be extended to whatever it builds trust for you to get the first yes. Cool. So going to lead ads with the intent of getting sales through a lead opt-in. So why use these ads? Lead generation. Okay, so how to do this is create a lead, offer free first class, free ebook, free hand job, focus the ad on conversions, clicks,
Jesus Christ.
landing page. I think I forgot I'm making this public too. Anyways, I forgot I'm making this.
Yeah, you have to remember.
I don't care. So Gabby's gonna kill me later. So I'm gonna.
I might give you a free hand job later. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm pretty convinced. You're kind of the marketing guru.
So,
I'll
Gabby, don't kill me, please.
I mean,
So
run with it.
So, definitely an interrupt. But so focus the ads on conversions. If your pixel is seasoned, that means you've already had conversions already. If you have zero conversions, which is what the mistake some people do clicks or landing page views, because it's pointless to run conversions if you don't, because like Facebook doesn't know what to look for, what characteristics in your pixel will constitute a conversion, because it hasn't had that experience yet. Whereas this will be cheaper, I'd say a little cheaper, but it'll sizzle, so to speak, your Facebook pixel, until you get some conversions going. And then probably in the next round you can switch it to conversions. Okay, so who you target is your custom audience who previously interacted with your authority ads. So this is your previous 25%. Here's the lead ad to a landing page. If they say yes, cool, they move on to the next stage of the game. create a lookalike audience for the beginning. If they say no, here's an ad to get them back, so they can become the yes. So it's all about like really like just like how that guy is like, can I get your number? Can I have it? Can I have it? That kind of mentality to it, but less annoying, hopefully. So this is just
So you're saying there's a chance.
there's a chance, yeah. So this isn't supposed to be here. It's supposed to be here. But authority ad to a custom audience, where this audience would then see the lead ad to go to the landing page. If they say yes, next stage. No, retarget ad to come to the landing page. So this part of the slide is wrong. It shouldn't go to ad. It should be ad to landing page. So here's another example. So authority ad would be advice on footwork, me sharing my advice. Custom audience, here's the last free training of the year when I was doing webinars. So, and then this would, for them to go to the landing page. Yes, they would go to they would become a custom audience. No, they would see this ad again or a different one to the landing page. So they become the yes. So you guys are seeing the same thing. Create the custom audience based off the engagement for the next step. Because now we're really filtering out who likes your stuff here, who is becoming more invested in what you have to say. So, demo time. How do I demo this one again? No, I copied this too many times. Questions?
I'm curious what you were selling for that campaign.
Oh, this one was for my b-boy course.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and all I did was like share, I think dance concepts, and yeah, I got a couple sales from that, and it was good, but like webinars for me are stressful. Well, says the guy who's doing doing one right now, but
And also like dance tutorials are hard to sell online too.
yeah, because they're free.
And yeah.
So that's why it's like a little bit of a tougher sell. But those who bought, like they loved it. I'm still like the bestseller on Udemy, so it's like they like it.
Get it.
Yeah.
You better claim that shit. I'm the bestseller in Udemy.
Trying to humble brag. Any other questions?
I didn't get targeted on those, so fuck you. If you did not target me,
But
I would have
Me
purchased
neither.
one. So
it's because I uploaded your emails on the custom audience and I excluded you guys.
Appreciate that.
Here's one thing that's frustrating about Udemy is that they don't let me track on my Facebook pixels.
Oh.
Yeah, I only targeted this to anyone within the U.S. area. This is like who saw it, and then I would target it harder on the cities who had more engagement. So like I target most of the U.S. If I see Chicago or Miami was showing more love, I would start targeting more to them. So
What city bought the most? I'm curious.
What?
In what city did people buy the most?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
I really don't know. I really don't
Can
know.
you target people in like location wise,
Yeah, you can target people location wise.
or as in like target them again, or it's just or Facebook just saves it as like an audience.
Oh yeah, so even though you have a custom audience here, you can still do the other stuff. So Team Dick here can still have like all the other things. So like anyone who's of this say 1,000 group, I only want to target the of that 1,000 who live in Los Angeles, and that's where it gets really like specific and very expensive, because impressions go off the roof because you're bidding against other people. So like if your budget's $10 a day, and I don't know, it costs of $10 a day, and someone's and another person's putting $100 a day, the $100 a day bid is gonna win. They're gonna see that ad more over yours. So one thing I want to point out here is as I pointed out, as you saw, is the Los Angeles. There's a difference between the Los Angeles city and the Los Angeles designated market area. So
Mm.
this area is for anyone within the entire LA County. Okay, this is like where you'll see the commercials. You'll see it, and you'll see it for all of the U.S. Las Vegas. Okay, DMA, and you'll see everything that they're allowed to advertise at. So that's good if you're trying to target the commercial area. But if you're trying to say target a specific city, man, really target the specific city. Because I made that mistake before. It really effed us up in the campaigns. So here, and I'm gonna just drop it to the closest. That way, it's a lot more specific. Okay, and then you can make it smaller if you change the objective. Oh no, that's gone now. Oh no, store traffic. Boom. And they moved it. So you can target as small as 3 to 5 miles within your area. So that's really good for those of who like a dance studio, targeting 5 miles, because 10 miles that's getting closer and closer to Culver City from Pasadena. So yeah, cool. Moving on to the next part. So any questions? No, I think we had the questions already.
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
Cool. So, all right, we're getting through it. So, Facebook ad funnel is the last part, the sales part. Very similar to how it worked with the lead ads. So it's the intent of getting sales. Why get sales? Why? How to do this? Create. I did not finish my thought there. So focus the ad on, again, same thing, conversions and clicks or landing page views if your pixel is new. So this, assuming the ad it doesn't have the Facebook pixel, just don't do this until you've run a couple click or landing page view ads. Who to target? Same thing. Not authority. Your previous lead ad. Cool. So, fella, this is supposed to be deleted. Yay! So ads with the intent of getting sales. So lead ad, very similar structure. Custom audience. They see the sales ad. So at this point, they should really know you. They see this, they want it, and they purchase it. And then from those who purchase it, they now evolve into a lookalike brand awareness ad because they're the ideal lookalike audience because they've purchased from you. And then you run it back all the way again. If they leave, you can retarget the ad to them for the landing page. Okay, not the sales ad. So when I send you guys the ad, the slides, it'll have these corrections and minus this little doohickey here. Okay, so this is what it would look like. Here's my lead ad, custom audience, and then this is the sales ad for, I think this one was an experiment just to get people to my YouTube channel, but then I just turned it off because I completely forgot about it. So but say for example, this is for my Udemy, it would go here, whoops, purchase it, create lookalike brand awareness ads. Brand awareness ads for step 1, retarget ad for landing page. And that's pretty much Facebook ad funnels. Can you see all this, and does it kind of make sense to you guys now?
This is awesome. I actually haven't seen really this laid out before, so this is very helpful.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah.
So like compared to like when we guys first started, it looked confusing, but now you guys know this is awareness, run awareness ads, create the custom audience. Give these guys an authority ad, create a custom audience out of that, give these guys a lead ad, landing page, so on and so forth. So this is essentially the layout of creating kind of a cyclical Facebook ad funnels. You can get from cold audience to customer, then yet again. So one thing I didn't that's next here, that this is pretty much getting everyone to the product page. So here's the product ad funnel. Okay, so whoops, this is where, say if they see this, you can create another custom audience of if they viewed the content within the past 2 days. Remember how that option where when I created the custom audience where it says the past 365 days, 7 days. You guys remember that?
Yes.
So you can create people who based off that and share one piece of content. Here's a product demo. Okay, if they still aren't convinced to buy, create another one past 5 days, testimonial. Okay, if they're still not convinced, past 7 days, say you're running a 7-day campaign, and time's almost up, you can do a last 24, 48, 60, 36 hours on this deal to get back onto it. So that way, even though they're at this point, there's still going to be people who bounce out. So this is pretty much like this part of the retargeting ads. This is pretty much this extended. Questions so far before I go into data to pay attention to?
If I wanted to start a cult, would the funnels work just the same?
Actually, yeah, they
They probably would, yeah.
New customer to regular customer to lifetime slave to you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Okay,
That's actually how it works. Yeah.
awesome. Thanks.
Cult recruitment kind of works that
Oh,
way.
yeah.
I mean, that's how Fanbiz was. So.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Patricia. Martin is Fanbiz alumni, and Patricia's Fanbiz current.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys ready for data?
Sorry, really quick, Emeroy, I have to
Yeah.
go. I just want to thank you so much for generously sharing this information. I've learned a ton last hour. I realize there's so much in Facebook that there's just so much that has changed. Yeah, and it was so great meeting everybody.
Heck yeah! Thanks for hopping on.
And I'll see you soon in person.
All right, love ya. I'll talk to you soon. I'll send you the video.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye.
All right, you guys ready for data? This is
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
a lot of people don't pay attention to, because I say this a lot with not biz, with VP. Pay attention to the data. It's one thing to know both knowing your audience and also seeing the data, because data is like, it's black and white. It tells you what's working and what's not working. So, and then it's quantitative versus qualitative. So, so the data to pay attention to is what the result, what did you achieve from these ads, 72 purchases, link clicks, and cost per result, how much did it cost for the result to happen. And you're going to notice that there's a difference between the cost of the result, like of purchases, between link clicks. There's a huge difference. It costs this is for like really focusing on end game. We want them to buy, and it's going to be much more expensive for someone to just click the link to go to the website. It's a huge difference. So that's one thing to pay attention to. So the next thing is conversion value. It's only relevant towards sales. This is one of the campaigns we ran for one of our clients, Maxine. So selling out his show in LA and all the other cities, we did ads for him. So the next thing is CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions. Impressions is how often your ads are on screen, not necessarily like interacted with. Click-through rating, how many times people saw it and clicked on it. So pretty much how often they interacted with it. Cost per click, any cost per click, pretty much. So, frequency. This is how many times each person saw your ad. This is something to be very aware of, especially when you start running retargeting ads, because as you saw, the audiences start getting a lot smaller and smaller. So, Patricia, I'm gonna meet you. So, the number of people who see the ads get smaller and smaller. So if compared to like say 1 million people and they see it 3 times, Facebook's gonna cycle through that bid. Not everyone's gonna see it at the same time every day. But if you're say you have an audience of 1,000 people, they're gonna see that a lot, and people are gonna complain about it, and then that's how you get your ads banned or your account banned. So this is something to pay attention to. So like a classic example is Ty Lopez here in my garage. His frequency on that was ridiculous. I saw that way too many times, and I actually had to go to the point of like, I don't want to see this ad. People will do that.
Here in my garage.
Yeah. So an example is LA1 for conversions. The second show did well because at this point we already knew what to do. The second one focusing on conversions. So this is targeting a general audience in Los Angeles. So and we're split testing as well. Very, very much a Hollywood night kind of feel. This one's kind of an old ad, GQ kind of feel. And my theory was if we use team colors would work. Results: 12 purchases, 1 purchase, 0 purchase. But take a look at the cost per result. It's like about $63 for one thing to happen, whereas this only took about this took about $20. And look at the conversion value from it. Like, so $16 to get 1,000 versus $62. That's I would turn these two off. Okay, so, and the next thing is, it took for 1,000 people to see it. It was much cheaper as well. It only took about $8. This is about $9. This is about $6. So this, so again, this is proving that it's very expensive. This is more effective, and then this, based off the click-through rating, a lot more people actually engaged with it, or they actually went to the ad. This one was the lowest one, even though it got us a sale. Okay, and then cost per click for any kind of is very expensive. So in terms of helping you start budgeting your daily stuff, so I would start off with your cost per impression, because that's the first thing that people are going to look. So if it's going to cost about $8 for 1,000 impressions, and you only budget that a day, that's a good amount. You'd get at least that first 1,000. But if you push it up to 20, you'll get more of a chance for an actual purchase to happen. So, and I think this one was different. We had a total of $300 total for the total ad. Cool. And one thing I think I do highlight this is the relevance score. Relevance score is like, is this, something they actually like? So the lower it is, that means like, this is like relevance, meaning like me seeing, I don't know, a Trump ad, and I wouldn't be related. That wouldn't be relevant to me. Or me seeing a carpentry ad, completely irrelevant to me. So this is relevant to the people who, based off their likes and interests. So the next one is a retargeting ad. Okay, Persian friend meme. This is a meme. My guess is video was gonna do better. This is a much smaller budget. I think the budget was probably $50 compared to $300 for this one. The birthday image, excuse me, yeah, and the LA Lakers color. So this one's a slightly different story. The meme did better. Excuse me. The Laker colors did better. Cost per result, much cheaper, even though you only spent $50. So you're seeing the power of conversion ads happening right here. It's like it's much more affordable because these people are actually warm to you at this point. Okay, purchase conversions. This one did really well, considering the budget was only $50, and we only spent $22 to get that. Imagine if we had the full 300. These guys were very hesitant on working with retargeting ads at first. Okay, and then CPM. The CPM is much higher because, again, it's a much smaller audience that you're working with. You're working with thousands instead of millions, so it's gonna be much more expensive to get in front of those people. But overall, look at the click-through rating; it's much higher and way cheaper. Okay, and then also the relevance score. It's gonna be a lot more relevant to them because they've previously engaged with your ad.
Okay.
Cool. So any questions so far before I go into split testing?
I'm assuming that you want your cost per lead or cost per result smaller than the actual
amount spent
thing that you're selling, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because like for this, we're gonna go back. If for this, we spent $900 and gained $10,000 back. If we spent one of the shows here was really bad, and my $700 for Vancouver, and what do you call it? And we got 4,000. That was like bad in terms of the ratio, in terms of the ROI of it. But yeah.
I see.
So any other questions? We're gonna get through this, guys. Okay. Split testing is a randomized experiment between two variants. So there's different variations of split testing. So split testing let your audience, like the rapid fire targeting to like we did earlier, to determine your most active audience. Again, single mother, single father, college students. You're going to see you run an ad towards these different audiences, and to see which one is most active, and then create custom audiences from there. The other type of one you can do is split testing your audience on the creative. Okay, is a meme gonna work? Is a video gonna work? Is this style of video gonna work? Is this style of graphic gonna work? So it's really gonna again, going back to knowing your target audience is gonna help you create the ad. So I did this because these two I thought were gonna do well because this kind of reflected more of LA's values versus an ad we ran in London where he was very much more GQ, more monochrome color. So it's again and we didn't know much about the ad because it's not like we're selling a product. We're not selling friggin' Laker jersey. We're trying to sell a comedy show at this point. So we narrowed it down to the values of the city. Laker fans. We even did Dodger Blue. That didn't perform so well.
Didn't the team colors do super well in San Jose?
Yeah, the team colors did.
With the Sharks colors.
Yeah, we did. We first split tested that with the San Jose Sharks colors, and that did well, really well. So yeah. So the meme, I just figured everyone loves memes. So, but yeah. So again, going back to how well you know your audience, and sometimes it goes back as simple as like, what are the values of the city? Okay, so next is oh god, this face. Very split testing the placement. Okay, is it gonna work better on Facebook or on Instagram or just stories? You have an option to be able to do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you. Okay, in the placement. Okay, edit placements. Okay, you can either just focus on. Gonna remove all of these because there's so much more options nowadays. You can just focus on Facebook feed and Instagram feed. Boom. Or if we're split testing the placements, Facebook feed. And another ad set would be Instagram feed. And then another ad set would be stories. And then you would split test. You would pretty much find out which is where is the audience most active with. So I'm currently liking stories because it takes up the whole screen. You're not competing with everyone, and it's pretty much everyone's on Instagram stories right now, and it's pretty cheap compared to the other ones. These have gotten expensive over the years, Instagram and Facebook ads. So, and then another variation of split testing is length of copy or the type of copy. Like, will a longer copy work, shorter copy? Will adding the link, removing the link? So there's a lot of ways you can split test. So, and then I think there's the best practice or a common practice that's preached is split test one variation at a time. Okay, so that way you can tell, like, okay, for this test we found out that long copy worked. For this test we found out video worked better than images. Okay, so there's also another thing I did with another company called Studio Binder. I forgot what the proper term was, but I just call it the mega split test. So say this is audience 1 versus audience 2. Cool, that's one split test already to see which audience is most active. Now we add another layer to the split test. Which video works better? Video 1 versus video 2. Okay, now we want to see which copy works better. Video 1 with copy 1, video 1 with copy 2, video 2 with copy 1, video, and then versus this. So, and I did this for like 2 or 3 different audiences, and this is good if you have the budget for it. And this doesn't have to be like a 7-day ad. It can be as short as 3, max 5 days, because then you see the data right off the bat. This is where you review the data. What's the CPM? What's the CTR and the CPC? Okay, and that's what this is. Again, creative is going to be the variable. The data is going to tell you the answers. Okay, and I think that's it. So overall, there's going to be a lot of things to consider when doing this level of ads. You got to consider what you want to achieve, who your target audience is. Overall, the funnel ads is thinking about how do you want their journey to be, because it can't just be like commercial. Brand awareness is like, oh cool, here's a really cool thing that excites you about it. VRV does this very well. And then when he does retargeting ads, like when he's selling empathy wines or things or something he wants you to buy, That would be the next ad. Then, oh no, sorry, that would be more the sales ad. I've jumped like 20 steps. So then for going back to me, just to make it easier, because I know my content better. So here's a cool video of me dancing. Here's a video of me teaching. Here's an opportunity to learn from me personally for a lead, or a free workshop is what I would used to do. And here's a quick promotion. Okay, you got to think about what you want them to experience as they're seeing your stuff. Okay, and then how do you want to present it? Do you want it to be a video? Do you want them to go a blog post, short copy, long copy? And take things step by step. Start with brand awareness ads, because this is a lot of stuff. And to be honest, like, excuse me, just to even get the right assets, excuse me, and copy for just up to the lead ads can be a full day's work. So, and then the fourth is review the data and adjust, because I think one of the things that Donna brought up earlier is that we can just run this perpetually. Technically you can, but if you want to, but things are going to keep changing on Facebook, and it's important that we review the data. And sometimes people no longer like a certain ad and people move forward from it, so we got to be able to adjust quickly to make the funnel better. So this framework can be also transferred to Instagram ads, and I think YouTube ads as well. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys. Any questions? Thank you for my TED Talk, coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you for going over that. As a person that's currently running ads, a lot of this is very helpful to me. Granted that I'm buzzed and drinking rosé at the moment. This was fantastic. I try to like write everything down, but I guess that was me, by the way, with the clicking sound. I was like taking
Screenshots.
pictures of
Oh,
things.
okay.
I was
Yeah.
like, I noticed that. Like, someone's taking screenshots.
That was oh yeah, Martin, by the way. Like Martin's my best friend. I've been trying to introduce you to Maxine forever. Anyways,
Hi.
but yeah, like I like hearing I liked hearing the clicking sounds. Like, oh yes, this is, because I used to do that in webinars too. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is good. Click.
I didn't want to like disrupt your flow, so I tried to like mute it, but because I've been drinking, I forgot to mute it. So
That's
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm glad. I'm stoked that we got through this in less than an hour and a half.
Woo, I can sleep.
dude, that was super fucking
So yeah,
helpful.
it's like I said, it's super in depth, a lot of layers to it. Yeah. So now I'm gonna send this stuff to you guys. I'm also gonna be adding this to the Vision Paradox course, Social Media Marketing 101 course. So this is where you can buy my course now. But here's the upsell. No, because like I said, I want the team to have this level of knowledge with the ads, and I just haven't made time to do it because the idea of teaching all these concepts to me was intimidating. I mean, it was pretty intimidating when you guys saw it, right? So like, yeah. I mean,
You were showing me a little bit of it before we started. I was like, this is a lot. Did we get through this?
yeah. It's like, so, and then I know Maxine, you're gonna start running ads at your work. So like, I figured this.
Yeah, because I have to start. Well, no. Initially, I wasn't going to, and then the person that was gonna run it realized that she can't do it.
So, and
So I'll do it.
are there any questions in regards to everything?
Nah, not right now.
No, I just want to like rewatch the video because I for sure missed a few things.
Yeah, I think I heard you coming in and
having
out.
trouble with the internet. Yeah, just having trouble with the internet here. I'm a Starbucks right now.
Okay, yeah, that's chill. What about you, Martin?
When you're measuring, like, let's say towards the end of an ad, let's say it's like reach or awareness, something that isn't like a measurable ROI in terms of sales. How do you figure out if the ad was a success? You know what I mean? Like if it's a reach thing, what are your metrics that are the most important that lets you know that like this was a success, essentially?
I mean, what's the objective? Is it just pure brand awareness? Are you trying to get more
The
likes
objective
or
was,
more
like,
views?
as many views as possible, likes, let's say engagement? How would you measure at the end of the campaign that this is deemed a success?
Um,
Um,
so
is it just based on likes and just based on like previous, I guess, like campaigns in engagement?
so if it's a since this is focusing more on vanity metrics, I would focus mainly on how much more how much likes and comments were actually happened on the post itself. And
Got
then
it.
I would also take a look at the CTR.
Click
Yeah.
through rate?
Like, and
Got
then from there, also the CPC. Like, did it cost a lot to get it? Like, was it $1? Because like these things should generally be cheap. If it's like $5 for CPC just for an engagement, then something is up with that ad. If it
Okay, so that's what I meant. If there's like one thing that's kind of like a red flag, would that be it? If it's like, oh, your CPC's like fucking like $10 per click or some
Yeah,
shit,
if
then you're wrong,
yeah, if your
right?
CTR is low and CPC is high, yeah, and CPM as well.
Got it.
So that's why like those are the metrics that I pay attention to on that level of ad. Oh,
Word.
so
Um,
yeah, good.
Sorry. And then one more thing is I noticed that you do this. You boost posts like a couple dollars. You just like boost the post. Is that effective?
Oh,
I've never done that before, but I've always wanted to, but I wasn't sure if that's like effective or not to do.
What do you,
Post
no,
for a
not
couple
boost posts. These are like those are actually page post engagements. Facebook labels them as boost posts because there's two levels of doing it.
Oh, okay.
Of boosting the post, like how you just said it, pressing the blue button. But
Right.
no,
Maxine shaking your head
But
like
no, don't do
yeah,
that.
like
ever.
but those are page post engagements.
Yeah.
So
I
like
see.
the one I shared earlier, which is like the engagement posts, because it just gets labeled to a boost post.
Got it. Would you recommend doing that, or just running like an ad if you wanted more people to see a certain thing? Would it be better to just run an ad versus boosting a single post, or are there advantages to boosting a post?
Well, nowadays,
Promotion or whatever it is. I know it's on Instagram, it's something else,
like,
but it's the blue button
yeah,
essentially.
pressing that button only makes sense if you just want like some vanity engagement. Like it's gotten a lot better because you can before it was just boost, and like there's a lot more to it, but now you can actually target people who see it. But
Hmm.
I still prefer the actual page post engagement because I think it's a lot more robust.
Got it. Sweet. Thank you.
So and that could just be me being biased because my previous experience with boosting posts and it just wasn't great, and all you get is likes, and for people who want, like when you're working with clients who want actual sales, like that doesn't matter to them. So that's why like going to that end makes more sense.
So it's like a quick flex.
Yeah.
It's like, look at this really expensive car I rented for a day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or something.
Pretty much. And then like what they have now is that you can target people. It essentially does the I know it's on Instagram. It essentially creates like a lookalike audience for you.
Oh, cool.
You can do that when you when you do the boost button, but the thing is it doesn't really save that custom audience.
Oh, I see.
So I think yeah. So yeah, I think one thing I didn't share so is
Nice.
determining which which video you should share. So I'm gonna just bring up my page real quick before I share my screen.
While you're doing that, you did say Instagram stories is cheaper.
Yeah.
For your creatives, you got to resize those, right? I feel like Instagram like fucking hates video, right? Is that just me? But like they kind of like buffer and like compress.
They compress the shit out of it for some of them, but I think over if it's done right, I think it does well. Like,
Okay.
at least you'll get for the least part you should get engagement. I think. Yeah, my thing is lagging right now. It's not gonna let me pull up my page. So I think. Yeah, so it's not gonna let me pull it up at this point because I've been running Camtasia for the past an hour and a half. So, um, yeah, Instagram. I think video on Instagram works. It goes back to this is just my speculation on it. Is like how good is the first 5 seconds of it?
I see.
Like because it
Okay.
all comes back down to the attention. Like especially going back to like the brand awareness stuff. Um, the first 5 seconds of any video is gonna matter the most because attention span nowadays, and also the
Right.
first 5 words in the in your copy, in the sentence, in the caption.
Got it. Which you can. I'm assuming you can split or A/B test,
Yeah,
right?
you can split test. I know you talked about split testing previously. Did what I cover with split testing help out?
Yes. Yeah. Very much so. 100%. Like that's what I wanted from this because I never split test, which I don't know. Is that like driving a car without a seatbelt? I feel like should you split test every ad, or if you feel confident in the creative and the copy, can you just like kind of take like an educated risk on it, or should you literally split test everything?
I don't think you need to split test everything. If you're like super confident that you know your buyer persona like the back of your hand, and you're really good about the creative and copy, then go all in on it.
Tight.
And then
Cool.
if you don't, and if split testing works if there's uncertainties, in my opinion.
Especially between two, right? Two or more.
Yeah.
Like creative ads.
Yeah, because like say like for dance studio, like there's different types of audiences that would go there. Like there's the parents, there's the mom, single mom, there's a dad, there's kid with both parents, there's the teenage kid, there's there's adults, young adults that want to learn how to hip hop dance. I just said that, but yeah. So that would be worth a split test in terms of the audiences, or if say for the dad, you would the single dad, you would do a split test on the creative. Kid wearing a Laker jersey, kid wearing a Warriors jersey, kid killing it with a video doing of a boy doing really dope choreo.
Tight.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen because it actually loaded up. So this is how you can find out the best performing organic post for your first brand awareness ad. And I generally do this I like doing videos. So can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Cool. So I know we have like 4 minutes left. So here you go from your page, you go to insights and then you go to posts, and then you go here and you go to engagement rate, and then you find out, you see the highest engaged.
Oh, this is tight.
And then
Okay.
I'd say within the past few days, I stopped posting for a while just to let my audience take a break because I'm running something called Meet Edgar, and it just posts everything automatically like an infinite playlist. So I have everything that's been posted, I planned out like a month ago, and it just keeps posting in rotation. So
Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Sorry, what was that method? Meet Edgar?
Meet Edgar.
Okay.
So it's a really, really, really powerful scheduling platform. It's everything here was scheduled a month or two ago.
Also, hey, I'm at the top of your contacts. Well, that's what's up.
Shut.
Hey, hit third, baby.
Okay. Oh god.
Sorry, I just had a real flex. Real quick.
Well,
That was
my
so
mom's number one. So.
I'm third to your mom. Isn't that insane?
Well, I don't
to
know how
you?
this works. It's because I communicated with them recently. But yeah, I love you.
Alright, that's it. That's the last one. That's all I got.
So, all right. So, with this, say within from the 9th to the 15th. Okay. Say you want to find the best organic post within the past week, 9th to the 15th. Okay. You would look from anywhere from here. Which one had the best performing organic post? Okay, and then from that week, it would be between these two. Okay, it's a tie. I would go between what was the reach this had better reach compared to this one. So then I would use this as my first brand awareness ad towards my rapid fire target audience. And then yeah, or you can do the best of the best month, because yeah, there's going to be different variations of engagement. But yeah, that's a quick way to get started on figuring out which video you should share on as your first brand awareness ad. A lot of people just go like, oh, we should create this video. I was like, you don't fucking know if it's gonna work. That's why you should be constantly sharing on your Facebook page. That way you can see what organically is happening, and then the data tells you people like this. Cool. Then you do a brand awareness off that because people are already saying they like it. So that's that with that.
Is there a way to see the sort of similar to this on Instagram?
Something similar.
Or is that something you have to go through like a third party?
Oh, like finding the best.
Like if I wanted to see the engagement for this, but for Instagram, is there a way to do that, or do I have to go through like Hootsuite?
You can do that. It's only if your Instagram is a business profile.
Got it. Okay.
And then you would.
I can do it through their Instagram Insights.
Yeah, Instagram Insights, and then you go to something new called Creator Studio.
Wait, what? What's it called?
Creator Studio.
Creator
Yeah,
Studio.
not a lot of people know this, and I've been seeing this in Instagram books lately. It's like, oh, I just got invited to Creator Studio, and then you go here,
Ooh, insider information.
and then I think it should show the data. This is my stories, not stories, published. This is still new to me. I haven't used it. So Insights, choose this account. No, that's not it. No, this is new to me. I'm still playing with it. So.
Well, this is tight. Wait, so you have to be invited to this?
No,
or
I don't think you
you invite me
Here,
or we friends?
I don't think we can invite, but check on your end when you go to like into your publishing tools or insights and click Creator Studio. It should take you to a new screen, and it pretty much tells you not really engagements, but it tells you the likes and comments and all that stuff. And then you can I don't know if you can. I don't know this too well, to be honest. But yeah, and then you can also view it on Instagram Insights. Closing out. So that's it, everyone, ladies and gents. Hope you guys have enjoyed this training. Slightly appropriate conversations, but whatever. We're regular people like you guys, man. So don't act like you have you like.
But are we?
Guys, come on. All right.
Sorry.
Hope you guys enjoyed this training. Wherever you guys are watching this, I'll catch you guys next time.